I was like, I don't know what's happening. That's all right. We finally got it. We got it.
Yeah,
I was,
man.
I don't know what was going on. Bad signal. And then I didn't think about the time difference. I should have thought about your time. I was thinking Eastern Standard Time. So my bag on that. I
Yeah,
apologize.
you gotta excuse me. I don't even know what that means.
No, meaning like my part in that, like, dang, I didn't realize the time. I should have known. Yeah, you're in Texas, so it's an hour difference.
Right, right. Where you at?
I'm in Connecticut.
Oh wow. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. When you said 6 o'clock, shit, I was kicking it with my kids. I'm like, I gotta do something at 6. And then you like, I'm on now. I'm like, damn. But yeah, let's get to it, man.
But
What's
let's get
happening?
to it. We're here, right? What's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on? Let me make
Everything
sure.
good.
Let me make sure that I pronounce your name right.
Mm.
Let me do
Uh-oh.
it. I know, right? That part. Um, nope. Let me do it. Hezeleo.
Oh, you butchered that hoe.
Did
Nah,
I?
yeah, you butchered that thing. It's
No.
he's a Leo.
He's a Leo. Gosh, I
He's
butchered
a
it.
Leo. Yeah, he's a
I knew
Leo.
it. Yeah, okay. He's a Leo. I got you now.
I was
I've been following you for some time, and I was like, dang, I gotta make sure though that
no,
I
it
say
sounds
his
good.
name right.
What's in the name? It's all good. You know what I'm saying? I was
um.
uh I was visiting my brother one day in
Uh-huh.
prison, and I didn't know all them dudes. They knew about me, and I seen one dude. He was sweeping, and when I walked past him, he said, what's happening, Hezeleo?" I'm like, what? But if you put it together, he actually said my name.
He said your name.
That boy called me Hezeleo.
He's Hezeleo. Does
Yeah.
so? Is that where you got it from? Where'd you get it from?
Well, I got the name from my first name being Herbert, and then one of my partners from Chicago, he used to call me Big Heezy. I think that's a lingo that they had in Chicago. They would say for Sheezy, my kneesy, for Shizzle. And so me being Herb, he called me Big Heezy all the time. So when I start back rapping in visitation with my little brother, it
Mm-hmm.
was like, last time when you was an artist, you had this name that is not relevant now. So who are you gonna be? And so I started running into him about being Big Heezy, the name the guy gave me from Chicago. He was like, man, that's cool. And then we just started flowing it like Heezy, he's a Lee, he's a Leo, you know what I mean? And boom,
Uh-huh.
I went research that name. Nobody had it. And still to this day, if you Google that name spelled the way I spell it, Hezeleo,
No, nobody got
I'm
it.
the only thing that pops up, baby. You do
You the only one walking with that
yeah.
name. And that's exactly why I went from Miss Slim to Sherontelle. I don't go by Miss Slim anymore, even though I put that on there because everybody knows me by that name. And I
Right.
think I remember you mentioning it like, dang, you've been missing for a while. But actually, I just tried to rebrand my government name. And I did go away. I was in intensive care
Oh
for some
man.
time. My heart completely stopped. My son had found me. And yeah, I was in my room and I couldn't breathe all of a sudden. And so I say that to say I no longer go by that hashtag all work, no sleep. I think it's very important to get your rest. We could be so busy thinking we being busy, but not being productive whatsoever. We just busy, going, but not being productive. I
Right.
find that I'm way more productive now than I was then, running around like a chicken with her head cut off. I think I was probably sleeping back then, maybe about 3 hours, four at
Mm.
the most. I don't even think it was four, honestly, because I could like go to sleep and then get right back up and be at it. Because I was
Driven.
working daytime and then I was doing music at night, so I was barely
Driven.
sleeping. Yeah, but it caught up with me. So yeah, I did disappear, and that meant a lot to me just for you saying that, because I was like, wow, he noticed that I was gone for a little bit. Sometimes people don't even. You could be gone from your neighbors don't even notice
Right,
You
right.
ain't came out your house in a whole week because people don't even talk to people anymore. They don't check on your neighbor and see how you doing. Check on your family members and see how you doing. So I appreciate you doing
I'm
like
I'm
just
I'm
noticing that.
glad you back. I'm glad you back. I'm glad you made it through that. And yeah, we're gonna take better care of ourselves from here out.
Right? Talk about for those on my platform that may not know you, like where did you how did you start? Where are you from?
Mm. I'm from Port Arthur, Texas,
Hmm.
home of UGK. My start in music was basically from elementary school, growing up in a hip hop generation, doing breakdancing and different things, capping on each other. We
Right.
used to score on each other, but we used to put a little twist with it. You know, we might talk about, oh, that's why your mama got that old beat up ass Cadillac, this and that, this and that. Only thing good about it, the bitch black, this and that, the tires flat. You did. So we
Right.
actually rapping, but we capping on each other. And I was good at that. And so over and over at elementary school, I became like the kid that battled everybody. And then
Look at Navion.
my raps became tighter. You know what I'm saying? I started
Uh,
writing. Then I started recording. So in the early 80s, I was recording at a friend's house because his dad had the equipment and everything. And I actually met Pimp C way back then, but it wasn't a thing yet because we all were like young up and coming kids trying to do our thing. And that was pretty much the start of, I was called KHD back then.
KHD.
Yeah, yeah, some bullshit. Some bullshit. King, back in the day, everybody was King Herb Devastator. Some old
Yeah, it
shit.
was always a king. It was always a king
Nigga
somewhere.
ain't know what a king was.
Davion Bots is on here from Texas, Bots World Studio.
Hey, what's happening, man? Yeah, that's what's up.
So we can so since you brought up Pimp C, we could talk about the hashtags that I added to the flyer, the hashtag Trill Gear that we talked about in our conversation years ago, and it's still going. And
Yeah,
then we could talk about let's bring his spirit, keep his name alive.
all the
Rest in peace
time,
to Pimp C. Let's talk about it.
all the time. Well, in my independent coming back to the rap game, saying, "Hey, I'm driven now. I'm gonna make some things happen," because I took like a 7 year layoff,
Hmm.
and so when I came back, I'm a dude from the hood. And I come back with this how we activated in the hood,
Yeah.
dealing with people, and started to learn real early that the hood and music is two different things. So in my independence, I was out popping a trunk, selling my CDs and whatnot, and I bumped into Pimp C's brother-in-law, Riley B. He came and bought like two of my CDs, and he went back and he met with Pimp's mom, Mama West, R.I.P. Mama West. She actually
Yes.
passed away this month, I believe, on the 18th or the 19th.
Wow.
Long story short, she
Yeah.
sent for me. I went, sat down, and talked to her. I didn't know what role she played. I didn't understand why did I need to meet her. You know what I'm saying? I'm a young hood nigga, and somebody saying, come meet somebody, mama. I'm like, how that makes sense? But come to find out, she was very instrumental in UGK's movement. She was their road manager, this and that, this and that. So she communicated with me the role she played, and asked me, did I have anybody playing that role for me? Which I
Mm.
didn't. I was being the financer, the writer, I was soliciting the people to do my artwork. Pretty much I was a one-man army, but I had some great engineers, Ava Rex and B Master. So she and I linked up, and we did a whole lot of small clubs and bars and things like that. She was
Mm.
introducing me to a lot of industry people, and they just wasn't ready for me, and I wasn't ready for them. The records I had, that was me shaking the rust off. I probably had like two good records out of maybe 15, but hey, it is what it is. So our relationship was
Yep.
really, really great, and we did
Uh,
our thing. And then when Pimp came home, he didn't really know much about me as a musician or anything like that. But
mm.
what he did know was this dude kept it trill than the this dude kept it triller than the motherfucker with my mama. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of
Mom.
people, yeah, a lot of people thought like, oh, this nigga over here kissing ass brown nosing. Man, my whole history have showed I'm solid. This is how I move. You know what I mean? I don't move like no snake. You know what I'm saying? I don't flip flop. I don't break my word and all that old bullshit. When she and I connected, she needed me in a sense of not needing an artist, but she needed a solid individual in her life at that time. You know, her and her
Yeah.
husband and the dog, they were doing their thing. And from the outside looking in, I too thought like Pimp C Mom. I'm thinking, you know, Pimp C Mom sitting up in this big mansion, everybody checking on her and having it her way.
Hmm.
But when I got there and seen that she actually needed me as a confidant, as a friend, as a son, you know what I mean? And I had the time to do that. I was an entrepreneur. I had a couple of businesses, and one of my ventures was getting back into my music. So we built a very personal bond, you know what I'm saying, like a mother and a son relationship. But we had the common bond of music. And she always communicated that with Pimp. So when Pimp got out, the day he got out, he embraced me and let me know, man, I really appreciate you. And my nigga, we finna rock
We're
and
about to
roll.
do the thing.
We finna rock and roll,
Wow.
man. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy though. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you know what? It's amazing that you find yourselves in certain situations in life, and you look around, and there's very few people around. Like I think about when I was in intensive care, and I was sitting in my bed. It wasn't no 5,000 Facebook friends there in the waiting room waiting on me. It wasn't a bunch of family members. It was very few.
It's
Like I see
sad.
people now, like people around me now, like, oh, you back. But when it was real, it was very few. And those are the ones you really, really hold close and tight to you. Those are the ones you say, man, I love you and I appreciate you. And I want to give you your flowers now to say that I definitely appreciate you, because I remember in 2014, I may have butchered your name, but I know you. In 2014, you did an interview with Too Real for TV.
Yeah. Okay. R.I.P. Maroy.
Oh, wow, really? So you did this interview and you gave me a shout out just as you said that you would.
Hmm.
During that time, I was still in the beginning. I was still in the grind mode. I was still that one that was like taking a train from Connecticut to New York City, going at nighttime, going to the clubs, meeting up with DJs, people that I didn't know, shaking hands, going to events. I was on a whole grind all by myself. Still am,
Wow.
but I'm just
Wow.
saying, like that was years ago, and I remember that. So I said, here we are from just that moment of you shouting out, and now we're having a conversation and you're sharing your space and your time, and I appreciate that so much.
I
So
appreciate you.
I salute that.
I didn't get into this to be Hollywood or fraud or fake.
Hmm.
I'm me, and I kept my songs and I kept my content the higher versions of myself, the party versions of myself, the
Yeah.
barbaric versions of myself. So I don't have to try to live up to this name that's just been surpassed who I actually am so far that I have to become all these different shapeshifters. I can
Right.
be me. I made that decision to give myself, you know, and my content to the people. Like if you
Uh-huh.
hear the songs I'm talking about, I'm smacking on ass. Hey, y'all forgive me. If they got some respect for people out there that don't want to hear this shit, they just cover your ears. But yeah, I'm like, you know, the songs I'm smacking on ass, that's me. The songs
Right.
I'm being barbaric, squabbling, fighting, shooting. Hey, I'm sorry, that's me. So I didn't write no fake versions of myself. I wrote
Yeah.
the higher versions of myself, and I gave me. And I didn't have to waver or shapeshift or throw anybody under the bus. I didn't have to do no whole ass shit to get anywhere that I ever been in life. And every
Me
time I
either.
felt like I was being compromised, I always stepped back and I said, hold up, this shit don't feel right.
Mm.
And so, hey, some things went past me because I didn't move certain ways. But at the end of the day, I'm a pinnacle for my family. My children, they can call me at any point, any time. They can share emotion. They can share laughter. They can share anything they want, and I'm there for them. I'm there for my brothers and sisters. I got a brother been locked up 20 years. I've always been
Wow.
there every month. He got out for 6 months. I was there to rehabilitate his mind to get him to see how this world is moving. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. He went back to prison. Unfortunately, he's there on death row. And I'm still there for him. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? My mom died about a couple years ago, and I'm the only one pretty much financially is there for them and communicate with them and try to keep them going. So I feel very happy on the inside and very accomplished and very successful at this point.
Yeah. And that's the thing that I love about you. And I think that I could tell that just from your energy and frequency of having that conversation with you on the phone, that you are a very humble person. When I first started in this business, I was working with Dave Tolliver from Men at Large, one of Gerald Levert's members. He had
Okay.
founded a group called Men at Large. And so he kind of taught me the ropes a little bit and got me started, got the fire, flicking it a little bit. And then I decided that I wanted to start my own business. I wanted to do more. I wanted to learn more. And my first client happened to be a Grammy-winning producer, Focus. I don't want to get the numbers wrong or how many Grammys he won and all of that, but Focus, like that's my brother. And just for him giving me a chance, and then here you come with you have no idea where that shot out, how much that meant to me, because sometimes you never know like what someone is going through. And there have been times where I felt like, I don't want to do this.
Right.
It's so much snakes. There's so much going on. Record labels don't want to pay me. Like people was giving me checks literally. Like these are people that they wouldn't even think that they check would bounce, but they check bounce. Stuff was happening, And then when you get
scamming.
right, stuff was happening. Then here comes the shout out, and it's like I just felt like it was like a sign from God saying, "Just keep on going. You could do this."
I think the slice that we slice out for ourselves, it don't have to be the slice that the industry says, oh, this is the industry standard. Man, fuck that. I ain't never been in the industry. I'm in the streets, and I don't mean in the streets being the biggest fool. I'm trying to be close to the young individuals that I once was, to communicate with them, and we not have such a gap, because there's a huge gap amongst our people with the men, the women, the younger, the older. Everybody is apprehensive. Everybody is stay away from me. We have no trust.
Right.
So don't get me wrong, I'm not no big gullible ass motherfucker just trying to run up on anybody. Hey, let me tell you something.
What's going on? You can do it.
Hey, what was that for? Nah, it's more or less like, say, young nigga, I see what you're doing. Let me give you a little something to go with there so you can take that shit, further, because I want people that I know to excel off of my experiences and go way further than where I've been and what I've done. So I'm an open book. I talk to pretty much like I ain't gonna say anybody, but I don't treat people like they're beneath me and stay away from me. You know what I mean? I should have been a motherfucking counselor.
Getting their life right. Life coach.
Yeah, I should have been a life. Hey, first
I don't think you need anything for that. I think anybody could be a life coach at this point. There's so many online. And speaking about online, what do you think, how does that change the industry, like social media? Because, people would used to pop the trunk. Or you would go to the record store in the neighborhood and go and get your music, or you was looking forward to seeing the cover on that album.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
How do you feel like social media has changed that?
I know I look like a human being, but I'm a dinosaur. Now, I was a pop the trunker. Like,
you was the pop the trunk.
Yeah.
Right.
In Texas, you know what I'm saying? It's a handful of us. We all know each other. We used to move around, popping the trunk and wrap vehicles, Cadillacs, whatever, and we hand-to-hand combat with the CDs. Now, me being out there taking the temperature of the streets, how people are telling me, oh, man, I use this USB, or, hey, I use this, or I use that. I've seen things starting to change. But still to this day, there's a wide market for people who want physical product. So you still can do it. Don't get me wrong. Sometime when I'm in my big truck, my 18-wheeler,
yes,
I'll be at a truck stop, I'll pop the trunk, sell a nigga a CD or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I ain't too proud, you know what I'm saying? But I seen it changing, and I kept a pulse on it. But what happened to me in 2015, it was before Mama West had died. I told her, if things keep slowing down the way they are, because we had a whole lot of industry connections, and I could see that they were thinning out, meaning like they were willing to put the arm around her. They were willing to invite us to events and things of that nature. They gonna smoke and drink us and rumors.
That's true.
But it was time that we sunk our teeth in to those relationships, because Mama and 2 Chainz was super tight. Mama and Rick Ross was super tight. Just all these different people, Trader Truth, all these great people, and they're just waiting on her to say like, how can I help you? And she being so humble, she like, oh baby boom, that's just our people. I'm like, Mama, that's our people, but at the same time, we talking about some multi-million-dollar niggas, and we over here eating Spam, a Tootsie Roll, and a cigarette. Nah.
Right. No, but seriously, and that's how I am sometimes. Like I stay around people who are like multimillionaires. I even know one billionaire who's a good friend of mine. And I just be thinking like, wow. You know what I mean? But
I ain't on no bag shit. I don't want to borrow.
No,
man.
it ain't that. But
slide a nigga a resource.
But
man, listen, I'm a 1,000 ass nigga. But it is so many niggas that can tell you I have slid them in doors of resources. I've connected videographers. I've connected producers. I've connected just good people to resources that they need to take it to the next level.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
it don't cost you anything to do that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't understand people. I got my own heart, and that's how I move. That's how I feel.
So you just keep being you and keep doing you. That's all you can do. Me too. Like, I'm like, I went to my first red carpet. Tyrese came out with his last album, and he did one of the songs was Shame, and he did a short film. And I went to that and I said, wow, this is what I was missing. You know what I mean? Like, I actually left the red carpet and went to work after. I'm like, I'm not going to no after parties or nothing like that. Like, it's
right.
Just, all right, this is what it is. And then I even took it a step further and went to California this year for the Oscar weekend. And I went in the Dolby Theater the day of the Oscars and all of that stuff. Like, I got that whole experience. But I just always feel like I'm in my own lane.
You gotta be.
I am who I am.
You gotta be, because if you're not, you're gonna be influenced. And I remember the first red carpet we did. We were on the road coming from some city, and Pimp's publicist called him and said, do you remember the thing you need to do at the movie theater? And he like, oh yeah. So he just swung and we hit the highway and we shooting to the movie theater. I have no idea what we're about to do. You know what I mean? It's just the whole crew. And we pull up to this movie theater and it's all roped off. It's like special people there and whatnot. And they got this red carpet. They got the media, boom, boom, boom. We're actually going view the movie T.I. did.
Which one was it? It was Takers? Was it Takers?
Nah.
Not that one.
It was the one. The anticipation, I think it was called ATL or something. The
ATL. That's all it was.
The anticipation was like, oh, this finna be some throw gangsta ass shit. I can't wait. You know what I mean? And we go in there and we amongst, Slim Thug and all the Houston who's who. T.I. got on the
ATL,
this is my first this is my first time seeing the studious T.I. and understanding his what's the word I'm looking for? Transformation into, the real expeditiously studious big ass word using that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm used to hearing a nigga on record like, yeah, ATL, yeah, Tip. So we hit the red carpet and the media going crazy and shit. That shit feel good. I'm a hood nigga. You know what I mean? I dropped out of school in the 9th grade. I used to be riding that big Dragon Ford and smoking blunts. You hear what I'm saying? And now I'm on the motherfucking red carpet with these superstar ass niggas. So we following the motherfucking movie and the movie quiet. We watching that whole, the bitch interested in the whole, some great acting and whatnot. Then them niggas to the roller skate ring. I say, man, what the fuck is this? These niggas in there roller skating. I asked Pimp, I say, Pimp, nigga, y'all niggas used to be roller skating on Short, Texas. That nigga bust out laughing, man.
That is so funny.
Shout out to Tip. And all my brothers out there, you know what I'm saying, really, really reaching high, take care of their business, man. Hey, I respect it. But that one threw me. That one threw me for a loop.
That is real funny. Like, it's cool. It's nothing. I want nobody to think like I'm saying something wrong with red carpet. But if you don't know who you are before you step on that, it can literally define you. I've seen it happen. I've seen people literally, I give them a call and I don't even know who they are. They done forgot me.
Right. It's the Hollywood shit.
What happened? What's going on? How do you decide? Let's talk about the music a little bit. How do you decide who you collaborate with? Because you have now this new single. It's a single, right? Or is it a whole album? It's a single. Okay, Candy Cars.
Yeah, Candy Cars featuring Billy Cook. That particular song the fit on it had to be somebody that was seasoned like a Billy Cook. I tried a couple of people on the hook and it just never sat right with me. So I put the song away for a while. And so one day lately, I was like, man, I got to get this song out, drop this single, and shake the rust off, because I took a break again. I took another break to go start another
That's
business.
okay. I take breaks.
Yeah, I had to go start a business to be the man for my family. You know what I'm saying? I got a son that's rapping his ass off, young Heezy, and they need that person. They need that role model. So I put rap to the side, and I went and started a business that's giving me some cool income so I can come back to it. So me coming back to it was the Candy Cars. And so as I'm listening to the track, I say, you know what? Let me call up my old friend, Billy Cook. I say, Mr. Cook, I got something for you. I want you to check this out. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. This the hook I wrote for it. Boom, boom, boom. If you're feeling it, fuck with it. Let's knock that thing out. He hit me back like the next day, and he was like, man, I love it. Let me marinate with it for a couple of days. Man, I love this track. And the energy and how we were, collaborating, it just really felt like it was the thing to do. And so once he wrapped it up, I went back to the studio, did my finishing touches on it, and bam, we went on through that thing out there. Candy Cars on iTunes, Bandcamp, and all platforms, Amazon Music. Hey, if you're sitting at home, you can put it on your TV.
I've been adding the clip of it to all of the flyers, so people.
I really appreciate that.
You keep doing that. Eventually, I find myself walking up and down the stairs saying it. How do you stay? Because the world is constantly evolving and changing, right? And they say every couple of years, I guess sometimes people change their sound and who they are a little bit to adjust to the times. Do you feel like you've had to do that, or you've been able to just do what feels good and for you?
A lot of it is doing what feels good to me. But fortunately, I got an advantage, because me almost being born into hip hop, my ears have heard so many decades of sound, so many decades of artists, and we subliminally just store these things in our heads. So when I hear different beats, I'm not gonna try to rap like my son. He want me to. Like, he do all that. It's called a triple style. They triple in, then they do a little mumbling with it, then they fall asleep, then they wake back up. Hey, woo! You know what I'm saying? And they own that thing, but that ain't me. I got the things that I do, and some of the things I do, they can't do. You know what I'm saying? I got a triple style too, but this next record I drop, you'll see, like, goddamn, that nigga still on top of that shit. And the fortunate thing for me is Pimp and Bun has carved a lane that all I have to do is get back in the lane and walk down the lane. Because for years, people wanted this country rap tune sound for me, this trill music sound for me, but I never wanted to be the artist that somebody say, oh, he just a HEB version of UGK, or he just you know what I'm saying, the knockoff version. No, I wanted you to understand Hezeleo was Hezeleo. So I jumped on a lot of different type of tracks, New York tracks, this and that. I'm very versatile. But right now, in my laid back country Texas swing, I'm coming with them country rap tunes, man, fulfilling the legacy.
Hello, Craig. I'm just saying a little shout out. I know that's dope. Craig Handley, hello. Thank you so much for chiming in. Thank you for that.
Appreciate y'all. Take me
a little bit.
Mr. Bun Beater. We got Bun in this hole, man.
We got Bun B. Let me tell you, I seen Bun B I was on my way to Colorado, and I had seen him at the airport in New York City, but I didn't step up to him and say hello and do all of that, because it was early in the morning. Like, I know for a fact that sometimes people just want to get to where they going and they don't want to be bothered. It was real early. I like to take the flights early, so that's pretty dope. He's on here. What's up, Bun B?
That nigga cool. He'll tell you, I don't feel like being fucked with right now.
It was fun.
Or he'll embrace you. The nigga from the streets like me. The nigga ain't no Hollywood, nigga. We gonna
No, I don't. No, I wasn't even thinking about even Hollywood. It was just early. Like he said, you can always speak. Yeah, I didn't want to. I just let you go by. I told my daughter, I was like, these young people, they have no idea sometimes who the real OGs are. So you gotta like pull out the Google, see, check him out. Like, watch, look and check it out and see.
Hey, but if you would have ran up on Pimp the wrong way, hold up, bitch.
He would have gave me the business.
Now it's just you just gotta know how to approach people, man. You know, some people just be going through a whole lot, and you gotta expect, man. These boys been in the game 20, 30 years. Millions of people have been coming at them. You know, so you gotta give them their space. They real niggas. But the whole world been coming at them. The whole world been saying, "Hey, do this, do this, do that, do that." Like that
exactly.
Shit, you're not normal after that shit. Like I had a little taste of it, and I had to like decompress. Like when I had to go start my business, it took me 3 years to really decompress and speak the language of everyday 9 to 5 people. Because I'm talking about radio stations, this and that, promo, this and that, this and that. They looking at me like, the fuck is you talking about?
Right. And I know exactly what that is. That's why I didn't even want to bother him, because being a celebrity publicist, I mean, I literally have been around guys where the women throw their panties at him, and so much happening. I didn't know that actually happens for real. But when I seen, I said, whoa, they really do this. Like, this
Man.
I've seen women, I've been at TV stations, because, you know, I've done several appearances now since 2014. I've been on Dr. Oz several times.
I saw that.
Steve Harvey and Rachel Ray, so many people. And I've literally been on set and seen leave out and watch an artist leave and women run after the car. And I just want to know, like, what do they expect them to do? Is he supposed to get out and then he's going to say what? Or he's going to let you in the car? What do you expect? Why are you running after the car?
It depends. It depends on the individual. Like, my main man Bun, he's a married man, he's a respectful man, so you know he treat the ladies with respect, but he's married, so he respect that covenant. Now me, I'm an old sleaze ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? I might have a gal, but she gonna understand this how I'm moving. If I feel like, you know what I'm saying, a nut, sometimes I don't, you know, so I might say, hey, look here, give me a number. I might get 3, 4, 5 numbers, and I might connect with them. I might put them on the mission to promote for me, or I might engage with them, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like my nigga Lord Baker say, yeah, I do fuck man.
And you only can respect the real, and that's all you ever show, so I wouldn't be mad at you at all. Take me through what that creative process looks like.
For me, it's a second nature thing. It's a natural ability. I just love music. So I could hear water dripping, and if it dripped with a rhythm, I might start you know what I'm saying? I might start rapping to the goddamn drip or whatever. But getting certain beats, certain rhythmic beats, and what I learned from, you know what I'm saying, the whole UGK umbrella, Pimp had this soulful, rhythmic, just everything that you can enjoy from like Texas music, just globally. So when I started to tune back in to understand like what he was doing, when these are like a lot of producers, they love Pimp and Bun so much, like they continually churn out all these beats that just have so much samples and so many elements from their music. And when I hear that shit, it feels good to the soul. So automatically I go to freestyling, and then I have to get to a pen and pad and capture it. I'm still a writer. I'm not one of those artists that freestyle. I can. 2 of my tapes that I put out, Dome Call Volume 1 and Volume 2, one of them I freestyled the whole tape. The second one, I freestyled probably about 3 songs on it. But now I like to write my shit and edit my shit and put my shit on point. But I write fast in the motherfucker.
That is so dope. What about has there ever really been a time, I know there's been times where you stepped away from music, but you were still doing other things, like you were doing your business adventures, you were spending time with your family. But was there ever a time where it just felt like life just knocked the wind out of you and it was very difficult to stay focused?
One of those times was I always felt like I couldn't go on if my mama died before me. I used to be secretly wishing that I died before her on some dumb shit.
Real, yeah.
And she was like, you know, a parent should never have to bury their kid or whatever. And so I thought I couldn't make it through that, but I had been through so much death and turmoil preparing me for it. Like, cause when Pimp died, like my brother died, Pimp's grandmother died, and I was present for all these things. And then Mama West died, and it was just like so many blows. And I knew I'm still here. I have to be strong. I have to appreciate the moments that we had and just fight and keep pushing, because amongst a huge circle that I know, I'm kind of like, I'm not gonna say the spearhead, but I'm kind of the go-to guy. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like if I know they can make it without me, but a lot of the ideas, a lot of the, hey, let's do this, a lot of the, let's do that, it comes from me. And I would hate to see them not have a me in their circle. So a lot of the turmoil and the blows that was always coming, I felt like a boxer, boom, 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 and come back, put my guards up, and keep fighting. And so the determination that I have currently is I'm driven, I'm determined, I got the desire. I have to, I have to succeed. You know what I mean? I have to leave my children a legacy that they can physically put their fingers on, because unfortunately, when my dad died, my little brother used to joke about it. He'd be like, nigga, our daddy left us a couple baseball caps and a pair of slacks. That ain't the shit I need my
Yeah,
kids
I
talking
don't
about.
want to leave them. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
so
I need
true.
I need my kids to yeah, man, my old man, that nigga there, they ripping and stuff. They got some land, they got some property, they got some tangible cash, they got some passive income coming from records I didn't put out. So, hey man, you just gotta keep going until it's your time, until you expire. So I'm trying to fight until I'm gone. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, because they always say like a mission. I'm always on a mission, and then I complete one, but then I start another one. It's not that
Mm-hmm.
I'm always constantly, because I think there's a difference between chasing the dollar, because there's some people that chase, and go, and it's almost like it's getting away from them.
Right.
For me, I always feel like I'm destined for whatever it is that I'm envisioning at that moment. I'm always 10 years ahead of time, and I'm always constantly moving forward. But there are some times where I felt like, man, am I going to get through this? But I worked as an EMT for almost 15 years.
Oh my
So
God.
I seen a lot. I was telling, who was I telling the other day? Because I've been doing a lot of these conversations lately. I don't know who it was. I was saying that I feel like, oh, that's who it was. It was Jay Hatch. I was telling him that I feel like I've put more people in body bags than I have written press releases.
Wow.
And that is a real thing. And when I think about that, I think these conversations, putting these on the page, I'm a publicist. I'm the one that, do the booking for the interviews. I'm not the one that's in the media that's doing them, but it just felt like I needed to start bringing out those who I'm inspired by, those who I work with, those who I'm associated with in business, and just have a conversation. The conversations that we have when we're in the studio, or when we're on the phone, or when we're, in our space, not necessarily like sharing all the personal stuff that we would talk, not on here, but sharing enough where somebody else can leave this and say, man, I thought that I wasn't going to make it, but listening to something you said, or listening to something I said, they can move forward with their
You
life. Because
got to.
sometimes people be forgetting the regular, real people with the real problems. Like,
Got to.
people are 28 million people here. I'm not good with statistics, but I was just say 28. Being evicted. That's a lot of people with no
Yeah,
place to
man.
stay.
Because it is this COVID, right?
Yeah, the COVID thing, like it has definitely, as I am definitely thriving during this time, that yes, and I'm not saying that to brag or boast, that's just the truth. I feel like I'm really thriving during this time, but I don't ever forget the ones who are not.
Right,
And
right.
I can't give everybody a check, but I can give you something to change your mindset, because that's the only thing that's ever changed my life, is me changing my mind and wanting something different, and wanting to give my children something that I didn't have, wanting to
Amen.
build, not even just my children, those that I want.
Curtis
I mean,
G.
the ones that's coming that we won't even see when we dead and gone, is going to come up and going to be like, dang, I'm happy that he went ahead and stepped out on faith and got them homes together and got all of that stuff, because now we still eating. And Elvis, I was listening to Elvis on Sirius, and I said, man, how long he been gone?
Elvis been gone probably what, about 50 years or some shit?
He got a whole station. Like, he's still
Yeah,
relevant.
that's the kind. Hey, but they had a dude on some late night talk show. And man said, man, I wrote all Elvis shit, and everybody looking at him like, yeah, nigga, whatever. But I'm pretty sure he did. But
But
man, it's just
it
the
don't even
game.
matter though if you don't write down. Now, I never realized how important it is for the credit. I've written a lot of stuff for people, but my name is not on it. But I didn't
Fuck
even
that
care
shit.
about that. I just
Hey,
wanted the
I'm
opportunity.
stamping and branding everything.
See, now I'm like, I did press release on this. You know, I was like, oh,
appreciate it.
nope, I'm putting my name on it.
Yeah, you better, man. Hey, look, the thing is, nobody gonna tell your narrative like you will. So
Right.
I used to sit back and wait on people to go ahead and, I was on that old, I know I kept it real. I know niggas are gonna give me my flowers. Man, niggas would throw your flowers in the trash. So I went got them hoes out of the trash and I redistributed them to motherfuckers. What's that?
Redistribution, like you ain't
Man, I
going.
don't, man, my back hurt all the work I done put in.
That's
Niggas go nobody's help.
it is work. It is not easy at all.
Yeah.
What is one message, I guess, that you could share and give to our people during this time? We've been in quarantine up here for about 6 months. Before it was on the news, we was in quarantine.
I would have to say, first of all, I'm glad a lot of you niggas ain't on the highway because now the big trucks can just swing lane or not.
Yeah.
No, for real. On some serious shit, on some real serious shit, this is the time to reflect on love. You know what I mean? People think that love is a weak emotion. That's a strong ass emotion. That's the deception. The devil wants you to think hate is it. Hate is everywhere. When you Google love and hate, you're gonna find more content and material on love than you'll find on hate. It's just like sometimes weak people be afraid of hate and they crumble. Man, be strong enough to be yourself. I'm a loving, caring person. I love my people, and I'm strong enough to continue to love my people. So I would like to remind anybody checking this out, man, love your people. You know what I'm saying? Be affectionate with your people, man. Touch your kids. Like, I know parents that don't even hug their children anymore. They be in the same room and everybody on a device. Like, is your bitch ass nigga some robots now? Put that shit down.
Funny, yeah.
Touch them children, share your energy and that warmth and communicate and connect with them kids. We all going through something, but them kids don't know what they going through. Homeschool, can't go nowhere, growing hair, cut them hair, do them quarantine haircuts. Nobody give a fuck how you cut hair, nigga. But bond with your people and extend that, because relationships ain't gonna make it out of this COVID. I'm one of them. But it is what it is. Ain't nothing finna knock me down, but 6 feet deep in the motherfucking casket, and I done enough shit that shit's still gonna live on. So remember to show and share love, man.
Love is definitely the frequency. That's why I put this t-shirt on. But I knew that you were going to be wearing your t-shirt, so let me see the trill. I know it's on. You got it on?
Nah, this is my skin. Smashed up the gray one and bought me a red. Say, man, I got a lot of memories and love, and I got a lot in me just to keep on going, man. Get your goddamn ass back in that room now. Come here, boy. Hey, this my baby boy right here.
Hello, how are you? You're a handsome guy.
Come on, you come on in here.
Come on. Let me see everybody. We just having a conversation.
This my baby girl.
Oh my God, I gotta buy my hair. That's your hair, isn't it?
No, that's my hair.
Oh my God, I love it. She got a lot of hair.
Yeah, man, that's my youngest kid. So, man, I just what else can a nigga do? Just be real, shit. Nigga, wake up real, go to sleep real. Be real.
Did you bring a list of the people that you're gonna shout out? I noticed, like, even last time, I think it was a couple of days ago, you had some interview that you were doing, and you were asking people, reach out, give a shout out, and I said, wow, he did that for me in 2014. Here we are in 2020.
I didn't actually do a list this time because I was juggling getting off all the Trill Gear orders, getting the trucks parked, and then getting my kids, you know what I'm saying? So I have some people that I know that's always in support of me, and hopefully I can, shout a few of them out, like
that's what I want to give this
Karina, David Lopez, man, it's just so many, Michael Joyner, like, man, it's just so many. Ike Turner, that whole UGK page on Facebook, Shout out to all y'all, you know what I'm saying? If I forgot your name, man, you know what I mean? Please forgive me. But I fucks with you because you fucks with me heavy. And go to that band camp, man, and get that record, man. Candy Cars, man. Go get that record off iTunes or Bandcamp and visit that site, man. Get that Trill gear, get them Trill hats. Hey, man, just go check that site out. Trillgear.biz. You know what I'm talking about?
And I'll make sure that I like share it on my page. I wanted to leave a space for that because I always see you giving love and always showing love back to people. So I was like, I gotta make sure that he gives the shout outs because that's what you always do.
Man, I'm glad you reminded me of it because I always want people to feel included because think about it, like only thing it is most of the time is people who are included and people who are excluded. And the people who are excluded, they want the feeling of being included. So they're fighting to get over this fence thinking things are just going to be so different. Fortunately, Pimp and Bun took me over that fence. But over that fence, yeah, it was a lot more abundance. But niggas was still going through shit. It ain't no la-la mystical land. Them niggas is still going through court cases and families. Everybody got a dope fiend in their family. Hey, man, you still got the same elements when you think you over here being excluded. Don't be so hungry to be included because you don't know what you're finna get included, in. Fortunately for me, coming from Port Arthur, we're groomed for so much shit. Like, we're groomed for our sexuality, meaning, like, we meet females and we understand what level she on and we get to see all kind of facets of her personality. So when we get to these next levels in each room with these people who's supposed to have all these titles, we're not lost with the titles. We understand, oh, that's a hoe. Oh, forgive me, like, there's ladies,
right.
there's
no, that's
women.
facts.
There's nymphos. It's all these things. Then you see these pussy ass niggas. You get to learn these niggas. You get to learn their character. You get to go through so many storms and drama and wars that you understand what a person actually is. So if you give them a title and you dress them up, then you say, "Oh, this is the president." You know what I mean? I'm not saying Trump, but you give them a title like the president. That's a big old title. You think, "Oh, thank you, I'm the president," but the reality of that individual is his actions. Right. So being raised in Port Arthur, it enabled me to go all over and just be amongst people and be myself and have an armor that this little city gave me to coexist with all these people. And I've never went to any of these cities or any situations and been anything other than myself. CJ. You know what I mean? So get some grooming, man. Get some understanding the fat on your head. Because when you get in these rooms with these people, man, you can't be overwhelmed because somebody got a title. You know what I'm saying? A man is a man and a woman is a woman. We all do things that give us jackets and accolades and hats. But at the end of the day, I ain't never met anything outside of what I thought was a human. So I'm going to treat you like a human being. I'm going to treat you like a man and I'm going to treat you like a woman. I'm going to salute you and give you your accolades. But you ain't just became no motherfucking invincible,
superpowers, right? You know,
bitch ass nigga, you got a dope fiend in your family just like I do. Fuck somebody.
You got problems too, just like the next. I've never met nobody without them, honestly.
On this earth, hell no, you gone. Everybody got some shit. Everybody got some shit going.
And that's so funny that you brought that up because I was thinking earlier, I was like, why do we always, I'm just talking about our people just for a moment, the black shaming and putting each other down or standing there and posing with all of these pictures with the money and the gear and all of that, but we living on the same block. What you doing? Why you gotta stun on your people? I'm
reminded that even you and I, we are damaged and traumatized people.
Oh, for sure.
Everything we're going through, it derives from the past. We have never been repaired people. We have never been mentally rehabilitated, spiritually, or emotionally rehabilitated from the traumatizing things that our ancestors went through. So a lot of the DNA and the descendants from these people, it's us, and we're out here like you got people who doing habitual raping, becoming serial killers, and just all these different things. But it's not who that person just woke up, oh, one day I'm gonna be this here. No, it's something embedded in him from his history. So I try not to just always, look at my people and be like, oh man, that's fucked up. I hate it, and I hate we do certain shit. But for me, I try to just, when I get next to younger individuals, I try to tell them, hey man, here's a different option. hey man, here's a different way of looking at that, because I used to be very angry and aggressive. I know I'm pretty, but I didn't have probably 120 street fights, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I used to be very aggressive, but I try to tell my younger brothers, how about looking at it from a different way? Because the thing that's about to send you through the roof, if you maybe have a better business tactic, it might not be a thing to go to war about. So it's us connecting with, you know what I'm saying, the youth and our brothers and sisters, and just saying, hey, I don't have the way, but I have a way,
No way.
and I
Yeah.
have a complete situation for you. Most of the time you say, hey, don't sell dope, get off the block. Okay, that's a half a story. Because if you tell him stop feeding yourself and stop taking care of your family, then what? So basically, when you approach these people, you have to have a 360-degree plan and say, hey, don't do that, boom, boom, boom. How about you go get your CDL? How about you save
Solution.
your money? How about you take some of that money, put it away, boom, 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 go get a year worth of experience. And then after you got that, buy your own equipment. And then boom, now you're making the type of money that you used to from the streets.
Dope.
And hey, teach somebody else and then hire somebody else. It's about trying to uplift each other and give each other resources and information. We are perpetuating the same system that's crushing us
We got 30 seconds.
all the time if we never share and give each other information and resources.
That's dope.
So
So mention the song again that they need to pick up, because we have 20 seconds.
Candy Cars,
Instagram gonna kick us out.
iTunes, Bandcamp, everywhere. And the follow-up single coming right behind it called Still Chopping. But right now, Candy Cars, Hezeleo featuring Billy Cook, produced by V-Man. Yeah, yo, it's going down. R.I.P. Pimp C and Mama West. And Pops, get better, man. Praying for you.
Absolutely. And